Hi, Earth signs. My name is Michelle Kelly. Welcome to This Is Your Sign, Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. Welcome to your love reading for the month of November. I wanted to say thank you for all the people who have subscribed already to my channel. If you haven't, please like, share, and subscribe if this resonates for you. Please leave comments. You guys, I love hearing from you and hearing if these messages are touching your lives or your heart, or if they're coming true for you. I love spreading messages of love and light to you. I think we're in a really, really hard time right now, this pandemic. We're in the month of November. People thought this was going to be over by now, and we're learning new ways to live. We're learning new ways to heal, and we are grieving. Our whole entire world right now is in a grieving process. And if you don't know what that is, it's okay. Things are being shed and taken from you right now that you could not remove on your own, by yourself, for yourself. So with that being said, you don't have to do it. It is being done for you. If you are scared and worried about what is on the other side, everybody is. But I have to tell you, the fear of what's on the other side is worse than what's on the other side. It's the fear of the unknown that causes more anxiety than what is actually going to be on the other side of this. And what is on the other side of this is beautiful. It is you getting a connection to yourself, to your higher power, God, source, your angels, the divine. And this is you getting a connection to others. And a lot of things needed to be removed for us right now so we could make this shift. And you guys are shifting. I know it's hard. I know it's scary, but you're doing it. And I want to say congratulations and thank you. All right, your first message is co-create. The second one is go the distance. And the next one is unfinished symphony. And it is upside down. So this is like you got unfinished business that you need to take care of. You can't avoid it forever. But this is saying co-create. This is saying spirit, God, your higher power is coming in. You are being divinely guided right now. And maybe you're starting to believe it a little tiny bit. And if you can't believe it, I'm asking you to believe that I believe it. That is all. Your process is beginning and has begun, whether you realized it or not. And you're starting to piece your puzzle together. And it is not, your puzzle is beautiful. And you get your pieces as you need them, not in advance. And you do not have to go and get all the pieces of the puzzle before you start the puzzle. You can get started and move as you move as you go. You'll get the pieces. You are not on a treasure hunt without the map. It is not like that. God does not want that for you. He is giving you your pieces as you need them. So this is saying creativity, art, inspiration, fruition, manifestations. Connections of the heart serve to inspire you, opening you up to new ideas you would have never have come to on your own. You are looking in a mirror held up by this experience and seeing yourself in an unexpected way. Who is this extraordinary being looking back at you? It's you. You are going to be so happy that you kept your heart open. Your love is a unique work of art and now the very embodiment of beauty. This is saying the divine sees you and you are beautiful inside and out. And maybe you haven't believed that. Maybe you met somebody or had somebody who told you that, but even though somebody tells you that or shows you that, if you don't believe it, you push it away. And somebody cannot do that for you. And this is saying God is doing this for you now. Like you have to look in the mirror and address yourself. And what you find is a million times better than you ever thought it was going to be. The fear of it was worse than what's actually there. And this is saying Spirit sees your soul. Like they see your soul. You're made up of God and love and the divine. So that is beautiful. It can't be ugly. So the next one is go the distance. And it is like, keep going. And maybe you feel like you've been on this journey and you are not seeing like the rewards like fast enough. And you know, everybody wants everything right away, right away. We all do. And being patient and waiting for things to happen. And maybe you just need some time and confirmation to say, keep going. You are doing an amazing job. And endurance, strength, the long haul. It says you are either in or calling in a harmonious relationship that can stand the test of time, for better or for worse. As you ride the ups and downs and even strain, break yourself, and are remade in a new growth. You are being redeemed by the power of regeneration. Harmony does not mean there will never be a wrong note played, but that the relationship is marked by endurance and dedication to overall unity. A new song can be written, an instrument can be tuned, and the symphony of love will play on. Listen with your heart. Isn't it magnificent? So you guys might love music, singers, guitars, playing instruments, songwriters. Like this is saying like your heart is like a song, and keep singing. And the more you do that, the more it's going to open. And it is opening. And you're finally starting to let people see that. And the next one is Unfinished Symphony, and it's upside down. So this is music again. This is music, and oh my God, birds, and this girl is on top of the world. And you know, when your symphony is unfinished means, you know, you guys have unfinished business, and maybe you left something and it's now time to return it, or you thought this is never going to happen for me. And this is saying like, keep going the distance. It is happening for you, but you might need to address a few things before you can go forward. So it says unfinished business, an incomplete lesson, lack of closure, the need to make amends. When unfinished business casts a shadow over your life, it is a reminder that procrastination is a form of self-sabotage. It is not in your best interest to stall. Even stumbling forward is better than holding back. Don't overthink things and let yourself get distracted. Just untie any loose ends and deliver the results. Don't quit before the miracle. Spirit wants you to win. So this is saying, you know, you guys, that you have to go back and address a few things before you can have your relationship that you're in now move forward. If you don't address past hurts, past wounds, past things that have happened, the relationship that you're in is not going to be able to move forward. And it says even if you stumble forward. So it's saying you are in a relationship right now and it is meant for it to go forward, but maybe you have to go back and correct a few things before you can. So earth signs, you know, go easy on yourself, but like easy does it, but like do it. So this is saying to me, you guys need to address your stuff, and it's not going to be nearly as painful and nearly as hard as you have it in your head. And getting ready to do it, like you'll never be ready to do it. You just have to do it, like Nike. Okay. The next one says chaser in a codependent relationship, fear of abandonment issues. The next one says union, wedding, married, soul connection, eternal love, everlasting promise. And the next one is endings bring new beginnings, growth, change, liberation, translation, and it's a coffin. So it's like you are putting some things to rest. I can tell you, holy shit, this just came to me. You were a chaser. You were chasing somebody in a relationship. Like, your fear of abandonment was so bad that you actually created what you wish didn't happen to you. Like, you wanted, and maybe you were engaged or married or planned of a wedding, but this is like this was a soul connection. You needed this, but it's like it ended. It's buried. It's over. But so I'm going to explain to you a couple different things. First of all, what is codependency? A lot of times codependency presents itself like love. It's like that chemistry, that passion, that really is warning signs. That is like that adrenaline rush. It's like a drug. It is. And then it's a dependency, but it's like an unhealthy dependency. It is like putting all your feelings and emotions on top of another person and making them feel responsible for your life, which it's nobody's responsibility to be responsible for your life. It is your responsibility. And honestly, like this, you complete me, and all of these love movies that show like, oh my God, we're together and we're happily ever after. Like, that's codependency, because a lot of times they don't show what happens down the road after that. Like, they always show the beginning, but never what's going on in the middle when you have kids together and you have bills together and you're living together. Like, everything is not roses and butterflies, and it can't be. That's like fantasy land. And yes, it's great in the beginning, but to put that all on one person, to make them responsible for your happiness, you cannot do that. It is a sickness, and it'll make you sick and it'll make the other person sick. My one girlfriend gave this great example of a ladder. So she said, imagine yourself climbing on a ladder. If you are pulling somebody up a ladder, it is actually, you can't go as far and you're blocking their view, and they are never going to go past you. So you can't pull somebody up a ladder. Like, it holds you back and you're blocking their view. So it's hurting both of you. And if you stand behind somebody on the ladder and you're pushing them up, they fall back, you get hurt. So like, you need your own ladder, and so does the other person. And the best thing you can ever do is get your own ladder and climb it, and let somebody else get their own. So the next one is wedding rings. So maybe you were married and you're getting divorced, or you were about to get married and it did not work out. But this was a soul connection. You needed this. Maybe you needed this person. Maybe God put them in your life because they were meant to be the mother of your children or the father of your children. And you got everything you could out of that relationship. You learned their lessons, and the person learned their lessons. And just because something is a soul connection and a karmic connection, it does not mean you're meant to be with this person for the rest of your life. I know that's hard to understand, but it is. If you were in a codependency relationship, you were hurting each other. And honestly, it's not one person's happy and the other one isn't. God wants everybody to be happy. And if something is not good for you, it is not good for the other person, and vice versa. So even though you needed this marriage, you needed this relationship, it taught you the lessons that you needed to learn so you can move forward in your life. And this is saying you are moving forward. And it doesn't mean it's not painful. It's not going to suck, and it's not going to be hard. It is, when you love somebody like that, it does. It hurts your heart. And if your heart is open, it's going to hurt. But it's also going to heal. And the next one is coughing. Endings bring new beginnings, growth, change, liberation, translation. So this is like, this relationship ended and it's being put to rest. And it is. It's a death. It is a loss, and death and loss and burying things they're painful. However, when there is closure, when you are able to bury it and have closure, then you are able for the healing process to begin. If you have to go back and clean things up, clean them up so you can begin your process of healing. If you haven't been able to give yourself that, it's telling me to tell you to allow yourself the gift of healing. You are worth it. You deserve that. Everybody does, including you. So I am going to read the Romance Angel Oracle cards. One last card for you guys. It says, pay attention to the red flags. The signs are cautioning you. Okay, guys. So red flags. What are red flags? Red flags are indications of slow down. This doesn't feel right, or you're starting to question something. So a lot of times red flags are presented, and not only are they being presented, they are warning signs. They are signs of caution that, you know, if somebody told you their ex is an asshole, like their ex might be an asshole, but like to be with an asshole, you got to be an asshole. So there's two assholes in the scenario. So like if somebody hasn't healed from their past relationship and you get warning signs that they're still in something, or it's not over, or something doesn't seem right or feel right, pay attention to that. Just, you know, collect your information. And then the next one says deception. Someone is wearing a false mask in this relationship. So maybe this past relationship you were in, somebody wasn't being true to themselves or to you. A lot of people wear masks. They do. You wear a mask until you learn how not to wear a mask, or how to have your mask come off. So a lot of times when people are deceiving you, it's not really they're there to deceive you. They're deceiving themselves, and they're cutting themselves short. So this is saying either you were cutting yourself short or the other person was. But if one person is cutting themselves short, you're both getting cut short. And this says calling in your soulmate. Your prayers, your affirmations, your visualizations help bring you together. So this is saying your soulmate is being called in, but you do have to clean some things up and take care of some things. So when your soulmate comes in, or if they're there now, that you're able to heal together and continue on your journey together. So all the earth signs out there, I wish you love and light for the month of November. Please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. This is your sign, signing off.